咁嗱，而家鏡頭大家見到仲有咧，我哋另外一位同事就係我哋嘅呢個 program 嘅 program leader 啦，Dr. M. Ho 啦，係啦。咁等陣間咧就會係我啦，我就叫 Mantin 啦，同埋阿 Dr. M. Ho 咧，我哋兩位咧就會主持呢個 webinar。咁簡介一下我哋嘅課程嘅內容，同埋咧我哋會 show 少少我哋學生嘅作品咧俾大家睇下嘅，等大家大約知道我哋呢個課程裏邊其實會係讀啲咩啦。涵蓋啲咩範疇啦，同埋大約會做啲咩作品嘅。OK。
Hello everyone, can you hear me? 聽唔聽到我講嘢啊？請問？
聽到。
Okay, first of all, very apologize because there's some technical problem that I cannot load login into the Zoom, so that I'm very sorry for that first. Secondly, I'm so happy that I can see many of you have already attended our online admissions and seminar talk. In these sessions, we will mainly to deliver you some of the information about our program, because I know that some of you, or even that quite many of you, has been study as a kind of expat, that means a foreigner who come to here, so that we try our best to deliver in the English to deliver this seminar. And also one more important reason is our program is actually that about 25 courses inside the program, and only 3 courses will be used bilingual to teach. Most of the courses will be delivered in English, and that's why that we have better to use the English as a kind of medium instruction in order to deliver the seminar in here as well. So our program is actually that the revamped one, we call it the imaging design and digital art. And then you can see that the program code is like this one. You can see that in here, IDDA, this one, and JS, okay. And our theme today we talk is about the art and design and technology and new transformation of the visual exploration in here. So this is our program theme, and also this is actually that we want to achieve that, particularly using the new transformation of the visual exploration by using the art, design, and as well as the technology to deliver the execution in here. Our program will mainly divided into the 3 main aspects. The first one will be the imaging design, the second will be the visual design study, and the lastly is the digital art. So let me introduce our campus. This is actually our campus, which is located in Ho Chi Minh. And then inside our campus, we have several kind of the facility in there. For example, photography studio, film and TV studio. This and also the control panel of the film and TV studio, VFX studio, animation studio, CGI studio, multi-purpose art studio, art drawing studio, sound studio, graphic laboratory for film editing, digital printing laboratory, and also one more lab is now building, and we will more likely to be finished by the end of this summer. It's called the Digital Art Laboratory. So you can see that we are able to provide a lot of facility, and as well as a lot of different kind of the laboratory for you to execute and learn about your creative art aspect. So let me provide some of the background informations about our program first. Actually, our program is started, original name that is started from the 2013. We call it Cinematic Design and Photographic Digital Art. And then we revamped it, and then we try our best to provide a much more information, to much more spectrum, a bigger one, to putting the photography to cinematography, and then to now revamp it into the imaging design. So actually that our program has a very unique background of the introductions. It is actually that we tried our best to restructure to nowadays the imaging design and digital art. And then we aimed to provide a much more broader understanding and training in the imaging design through the in-depth knowledge in a variety in digital art. We also provide a solid skill in imaging and photographic design and critically approach to evaluate different kind of the visual forms as a means to artistic expression under the context of the contemporary, local, and the international culture. So this is actually our program informations. the title that when you are engaged and study in, we are calling is the BFA Honors in Imaging Design and Digital Art. And then it's actually the full-time mode from if you start enrolled in the year 1 as a J+1, and then you will deliver from the year 1, year 2, year 3, and year 4. However, if you are joining us as a senior student, and then you will join about year 2 or year 3. And then the medium of instruction, as I mentioned before, is mostly in English, and 1 or 2 courses will be delivered in Chinese as well. So the IDDA program is aimed to provide an articulated grant for imaging design and digital art with visual exploration. And this is the keyword, and this is the main aspect for us to focusing on. We're using the imaging design, we're teaching about the digital art, and then we combine it using the visual exploration in there. So that you have to glean about the knowledge about the ground 1 to with the conceptual framework in professional practice. And then it is actually that we try our best to provide a platform and the environment for all of students to open the new ideas as well as the creative possibility. So that is also provide you a fast changing nature of digital art aspect to deal with the contemporary context of the imaging design. And this is actually what we try our best to position, and we all do try our best to provide you all the knowledge, specific knowledge in the field, and then to hope that you can able to cope with the future challenges in the society and in industry as well. So the program information and the program highlight is actually a digital art focus, but then we're using the specific training in the light-based imaging design. And then it's also focusing on imaging design. Imaging design to us is include about the photography, video, and even video art, and then all the images we regard as an imaging design. And then to apply that into different kind of the various industry for the career as well. So the program team is actually from the have a solid experience and expertise in imaging and photographic design, digital and medium art as well. And also some of us will be focusing particularly in the installation, curatorship, video productions, visual communication research, and have a good foundation and environment for you to learn about the critical practice of the industry. So we also provide a broader range of inspirational for imaging design that can able to make you to learn the skill to cope with the fast changing society and the industry in the future. So for the program structure, actually, as I mentioned, that our program is divided into the 3 aspects. The first one will be the imaging design, visual design study, and the digital art as well. So that you all have to gain about 160 credit from if you are engaged from year 1. In case if you're year 2, we have different kind of proportion of the credits that has been assigned for you to complete the program. And then you have actually, if you're a 4-year program pattern, you have to study about 120 to 120 credit from the core, 220 from the GE and the English, and then the outside discipline for the creative art as well. But then, as I mentioned, that this is actually based on the complete of the year 1 pattern, you will able to learn more, or even you can able to have some extensions after that you enrolled from our program, in case if you are studying from the year 2 or year 3 as well. So this is actually basic provide for information on the year 1. You have to study about the imaging design, drawings, foundation of visual communications, digital art, moving image workshop. The second will be the studio photography, and then we will talking about art direction and visual design, visual narrative workshop, imaging technology, experimental image and video art, etc. This is actually mainly for the year 2 study. When you are engaged in the year 2, enroll in here, you will start to study this course and as well. For the year 3, that we will talk about the computational art and graphics. We will talk about how we can use the computer using some of the programming language to develop, to design some of the art and graphics as well. We will have the course for the aesthetics for image, contemporary photography, typography and information design, installation art, and expanded images. And then for the year 4, we have a different kind of the courses as well. We have the advanced imaging design workshop, interactive digital art, exhibition and curatorial study, and then graduation project. The graduation project is actually a whole year project through the upper semester to the lower semester, through the spring and then the autumn and the spring. Also, you have to learn about the experience design. You have to learn about how you can develop some kind of the emotion and some kind of the experience for the user to visit your installation and the exhibition as well. And then you have to study about photography and visual study. immersive digital art as well. And this is actually our program. You can see that the courses is mainly divided into digital art, visual study, and as well as the imaging design. We balance for these three aspects into the whole year, 4-year curriculum structure. So after you graduate from our program, what kind of the work that you can further to develop is actually about the imaging design and productions, art and design studio, digital and media arts, exhibition and curatorship, experience design, photography studio, or even video production. That is actually that you can able to using the knowledge that we introduced you into the program to apply that in this kind of the creative field after you graduate to start as a creative person or creative designer or artist. So in case that if you want to engage more, you want to study more, how you would like to develop, you can actually to develop further for the postgraduate study in the Hong Kong or even in the other country as well. But included, for example, the curatorial study, digital art, experience and exhibition design, imaging, photographic, video design and production, installation art and visual design. This is actually the all aspect that you can still choose and able to articulate with the foundation of our program provide for you. Professional recognitions. Upon completion of the IDA program, you can able to apply the professional membership with the foreign professional body. Of course, you have to provide portfolio, and then you have to provide a requirement for them to assess if you are able to eligible to be enrolled in different kind of category of the memberships. However, this kind of the professional bodies are actually that able to apply by our student. For example, the Chartered Society of Designer UK, the Royal Photographic Society, the Hong Kong Institute of Professional Photographer, the Hong Kong Designer Association, the Photographic Society of Hong Kong, Photographic Society of America, and Professional Photographer of America. This is actually all the very professional bodies that you can able to apply using the portfolio and the knowledge when you are engaged and graduated from our program as well. So by this, can I invite Matt and our co-program leader to deliver you about the portfolio showcase so that you can able to understand what you our student working for, so that you can able to learn if our program can able to match with what you expect and the expertise as well.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ho. So in my part, I would like to give you some example of our students' work so that you can have a better understanding of what our students can learn in this program, as well as what kind of work that they can do in this program. So first of all, I would like to introduce this installation work to you, which called In Between. In Chinese is 邀与缘, which is done by our graduate student called Phyllis To. This work is a very interesting installation because the images are actually being generated by the computer. So that means in this course, our students are able to make use of the computational image generation technologies to make their work. So the whole installation looks like this one. There are two projections on the two slides, and the images, as I just mentioned it, is actually being generated by the computer. So the whole installation is quite interesting that the work is actually done by our student as well as the computer. So our student can make use of different kind of imaging technologies and media as well as theory to do their work. So in this work, the student, Phyllis To, actually looking into the topic about the existentialism. Create the whole installation, not just a student, but actually the audience are invited to walk through the whole installation to feel and experience the changing images so that they can start to think about the topic, about the 忧与怨, which is related to existentialism. So we think that it is very important for our students to start to think about how to create a unique experience through their work. For example, this kind of installation to provide or to create a meaningful communication with the audience through art, design, and technologies. So for the next slide, yes, in this slide, you can see that our students can have a great chance to explore different kind of material to present the ideas. So our students are actually very creative. And you will have a great chance to explore different kind of material and different forms of artwork, such as installation, like using the still images together with the moving images. And you will start to think about how to interact with the audience. Like this installation, the audience are invited to take part in the creation. They can, by making use of different color of ink, and then they put the ink into the installation to start to make a different kind of drawing through this installation, which is very interesting and very creative one. Also, some students will start to think about the relationship between themselves with their family or their friends. So, for example, this one, the student collect things from her family and her best friend, and then started to think about how to apply and make use of these collected things into her installation. So eventually, she developed this huge installation with different projection in this artwork, which we think that this installation or this artwork is quite meaningful because it is not just eye candy or eye catching one, but the content is about how she tell the story between herself and her family and her friends. So the whole thing is containing a different kind of information and story, as well as her own perspective. And she eventually developed this artwork to tell the relationship and the stories to the audience. So we think that it is very important that our students can have chance to not just to learn the technical issues, but also they will start to think about some meaningful things that they can apply or to present through their artwork. So now I would like to show you some videos to showcase some other different kind of work that made by our students. As you can see, our students are not just making installation or still images, but they can also make moving images and some work related to storytelling.
ある恋愛中の女の子が話しています。昔、私は夢中で譲った。その時の私は子供たちみたいに時計を分解して時間がどういうことを見てみたい。日常の恋は主に2つに1つだ。私も私たちの曖昧な関係の中から選んだ。じっとした白が子供の頃にもうすぐ眠る時のすべての快感を感じられた。恋愛生活で起こったことは些細で、言葉がちょっと紛らわしい。恋人が突然子供みたいなニヤニヤ、ちょっとなんとなくだけど、たくさんの言葉を言ったみたい。心は一つの献身だけど、この献身は無視されるか、除外される。愛してるは固定の用途がない。この言葉は子供用の言葉みたい。社会的なルールがない。通報だか、証言だか、契約だか、またはエロい。これは社会的な意味がよくわからない言葉だ。よく嫉妬する人として4つの痛みがある。よく嫉妬するから自分を責めて、私のせいで他の人に傷つけて、何もできなくて、人に無視されて苦しい、動揺して苦しい、狂気で苦しい、地味で苦しい。キスは2つの魂が交わる。じゃあ、私たちのキスをいろんな意味が含まれることになって、早く次の段階を渡す生理行為じゃなく。かわいい。彼にの愛はどういうことかはっきり言えないから、このつまらない言葉しか使えない。かわいい。会いたいってどういう意味？この言葉はこういう意味だ。もう君を忘れた。よくその中に目覚めた。君に会いたい。
Okay, so just now we have watched two samples of our students about the video art. So as you can see, our students have chance to do different kind of moving images of different topics. So the outcomes can be very diversified, but they are all so meaningful and interesting. So the next video that I'm going to show is about the introduction of our program, so that you can have a better and a whole picture of our program.
IDDA 係影像設計、
光影、
黑白、
彩色、
IDDA 係
技術、
想像、
刺激、
浪漫。
IDDA 係
slow motion、
video feedback、
time lapse。
IDDA 係數碼藝術、
科技同美學嘅邂逅，
左腦同右腦嘅結合。
IDDA 係過去、
現在、
未來，
不斷探索、
突破。
IDDA 係
人與人嘅溝通，
靈性同機械嘅互動，
語言、空間嘅創造。IDDA 係
感情、
世界、
人生。IDDA 係
SSSDP。
IDDA 係
創意藝術。
IDDA 係 Imaging Design and Digital Art。
Okay, so I hope you enjoy watching our videos. And last but not least, I would like to give you some general idea about our teaching team. We have strong teaching team in our program, as mentioned that by Dr. Emil previously, that the colleagues are all come from different sectors of the creative arts, the creative industry, including the design scholar, and we have professional photographers, we have different media artists, visual designer and artists, also the videographer and filmmakers. So together, I believe our colleagues can give you different kind of professional perspective, as well as knowledge and theories and techniques to the students, so that you can consolidate as what we mentioned, that the techniques and theory in art, design, and technologies to establish your own perspective and your own knowledge, and to do your own personal work of art. So if you would like to know more information about a program that is BFA Honors in Imaging Design and Digital Art, please visit our official website, as well as our social media, including the Facebook, our YouTube channel, and also our IG. So please, I encourage all of you to take a note and subscribe our social media, so that you can have the most up-to-date information, as well as the activities of our students. So I think I'm done for my part.
So thank you, man, for the introductions. So far, can I know that if you have any questions about our program? I think that we can try our best to answer all your concerns of the program, as well as the program structure or applications. Please feel free to let us know if you would like to ask us anything. I noticed some of you, Peter has asked, 需唔需要一個好好嘅掃描功底? We know it because that our program is trying to use the visual to visualize about the idea. We use the photo, we use the image to visualize, so that I think you can able to learn about some drawing skill the visualization skill in there, instead of just you have a very good kind of the drawing like 掃描工底. I think that is not necessary. 呢個係咪文學士？It's actually a Bachelor of Fine Arts, and then 係藝術學士。And then it's instead of the BA, BFA is much more focusing on practicing and much more focusing on the fine arts aspect, instead of just degree is a Bachelor of Arts. Instead, we are much more focusing on talking about more into the fine art aspect of specific degree. So 唔需要交 portfolio. When you are applied for through our OUHK system, you just submitted the required transcript as well as the certificate, and filling the complete form will be good enough. However, in case that we invite you to attend our interview, we expect you can able to bring along the interview, the portfolio to show us, or even that in case if we conducted choosing the Zoom, you can simply just share the screen about your portfolio so that we can able to understand about your attitude and as well as the suitability for our program. So do you have any question as well?
I can see that there are still 2 more questions. One of those is, am I able to apply if I haven't studied arts-related subjects before? So definitely you can apply if you do not study any arts-related subjects. Because we will teach you from the very basic the basic skills, including what another student just asked about the drawing. Okay, we will teach you the fundamental drawing skills and theory, as well as photography, videography, and also the imaging technologies. So no worries. So yes.
And for some information that we recruit quite a lot of students. They never study art before. Some study about science. Some study about some kind of languages. And then some of the before that they study about the engine things. We still all welcome that, because we're sure that our program can able to provide a much more intense training, no matter where that you come from, or even no matter which aspect that you will develop from. So no worry about this one. And one more, I see the comment. So your program, I think as I mentioned before, you don't need to prepare the programming or this kind of knowledge before that you apply for our program, because the programming, we located the programming, the computational art and graphic in the year 3, so that in case if you are study enroll in the year 2, you're much more focusing. Our program design for the year 2 is much more focusing on photography. Year 3 is more about the dynamic interactivity, and then year 4 is a combine of whole. And then that's why that we, in case that if you enroll in the year 2, you will not at this moment to study any programming and also you don't have any course about programming. How about for the year 3 and then onwards, you will have some computational, but our course will provide you about the training on this program instead of just you have to learn it by yourself. Of course, if you are very passionate in learning about programming before you join our program, then that's well done, this is perfect. However, we also provide some of the specific training for you to handle about the programming in that computational and graphics course. Java as well. Somehow that we are actually that we will have some kind of the specific program that expect our student to learn. However, the teacher and the course coordinator will be explained in detail for you to let you to know about what kind of the program or what kind of the specific training that you need to learn in that particular course, so that you don't need to worry about these things. So can I also know that if you have any more further question or concern about our IDDA program? Can we see the video back again? Yeah, sure. You can simply just go to the YouTube and search IDDA and also PHOTO, PHOTO, PHTO, that is our old program name in the YouTube as well. And then actually you can see all the video that we upload in there. And also we have also increased some of the mini lecture and then also some of the TASER program lecture in there so that you can also learn about from different teachers, have a first taste about the basic knowledge in the field as well. So if there's no more questions, then I think that we almost done in here. Once again, thank you very much for all to attend our seminar sessions, and we hope that we can meet you very soon in the interview as well as in the school. In case if you have any further question or concern, first of all, you can simply just contact our registry, or even you can directly send us the email through our program website or even our program email so that we can able to answer you immediately to provide the instant support and help to make sure they're able to clear your concern to help you to solve all the problem on the application as well as the admission as well. Thank you very much. And I think that our session will be and stop in here. Thank you very much. Bye.